Hello, this is video request. Somebody went and straight up asked me to do this video about this one dude. Somebody who found me on my Fuck Jesus video. On this one video that somebody uploaded, they call themselves Anonomous, and their YouTube site is Creative Commons or something. And I looked at it's this person who's like, they use the natural reader voice saying, I guess on November 5th, we are going to shut down Facebook. And for like 3 minutes, he's all like, yeah, we're going to shut down Facebook. Facebook is bad because the government collects information about you through Facebook and then like gives it to the government. Or Facebook collects information and gives it to the government about you. And you might be mad at us at first, but then you'll thank us later. And what else? Like just saying negative stuff about Facebook, like taking people's identities away, or I don't know what the hell they were talking about. I only listened to it once. And so we went to my response to that. But then I read the comments, and it had it was like 85% positive views. And I read all the comments, and there was people commenting like it had 24,000 hits in like 6 days. It was uploaded 6 days ago. It had like 3,000 comments, and like it was most of it. Yeah, it was people like, yeah, fuck Facebook. Like, yeah, you know, stay tuned until October 5th or whatever. And so, yeah. So I guess there's a certain like mindset of people in the world who are like, not liking, the changes going on in the world, the cyber change. And it's funny, the person called themselves Anonymous. I looked at their YouTube channel, and they had like, that was the only upload they had, but they had like 20 favorites, and one of them, or 5 favorites or something. One of them was a stage collapsing in England, killing 5 people, and then another one was like best games of soccer or something. So it's probably some like high school kid who doesn't have a job and lives in his mama's basement and wants to be like a vigilante to like, has like a negative view of the world and everything. And there's plenty of people like that, disenfranchised people. And I can understand how people can be disenfranchised. I'm disenfranchised, I don't like the establishment. I don't like how people take our freedoms away. You can't get drugs. You have to get the doctor's prescription to get like eardrops. I wanted to get eardrops today, but I can't because I need a doctor's prescription. Can't get asthma pills without a doctor's prescription. Can't get Advair, without a doctor's prescription. Weed, all the drugs that make it legal. I mean, we're not free. And then school, grades and kicking out of school. I got kicked out of school, even though all I did was work. I mean, it's like, what? And, not letting me into Canada. It's, freedoms, people like fear-based people. So it makes you disfranchised. And I think people get disfranchised and then they just like, they become fear-based. And I think that anonymous person is fear-based and they want to like rebel, and they think that's a good way to do it by hacking into Facebook and destroying Facebook. And, or people are just fear-based because they see people around them like utilizing stuff and sharing themselves on the internet, and it freaks them out because they don't want to do it because they feel paranoid themselves and they don't want to like feel obliged to share themselves, and they feel like they don't want to be left out though at the same time. Like if everybody else around them is sharing themselves and they don't want to do it, they don't want to feel like the odd person out, so then they just want to like destroy the whole system, kind of like if they feel like they can't utilize technology to share themselves and nobody can, and so I think a lot of people are freaked out about that, like I was mentioning to one dude, I was like, yeah, on Google Earth you can like click on the pictures on the street, and then you can get like a 360-degree view of the houses and stuff around. And he was like, I hate that. People seeing exactly where your house is. Oh my God. Getting in your privacy, you know. And, you know, like my brother won't even open a Facebook account, you know. And nobody I know would ever allow themselves to be filmed. I couldn't interview my mom. I mean, I've asked my brothers and my mom a million times. They would never let me film them or take a picture of them and put it on the internet. My mom even thinks that I'm giving enough information about myself just talking on YouTube that somebody's going to steal my identity just from what I say. And obviously that doesn't make any sense. But and then I saw this thing on Yahoo News, and it was like, yeah, be careful what you say on Facebook because employers spy on you on Facebook to, like, I guess, just decide like if they want to hire you or not. So don't put any information about yourself. And of course, I think there was talking to some like identity theft too. But that article they were talking about, so you don't freak people out, like employers and stuff. You know, like don't say anything or don't be weird or whatever. So yeah, so yeah, I think that's wrong. I think people should share themselves as much as they want. And if somebody doesn't, but the thing is, if everybody shares themselves and is open and is real, then there'll be nobody left to hire if you only want to hire somebody who doesn't expose anything about themselves. And we should feel like we should it should be like something that cool people do is share their ideas. I saw on Yahoo News this morning. This is so fucking ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it. Piers Morgan, there was this lady who was like on the Tea Party and running for like Senate or something last year. And I think it's the same lady. Some like lady, I don't even think she was a politician. She was like on a reality show or something. Like, how was she rich? I want to actually research it a little bit. Because she was saying some stupid story on some reality show and a radio show. My brother was like, yeah, she's running for Senate. And I think I recognized her face. But anyways, I guess she didn't win. So then she wrote a book, right? Like telling like the story of the Tea Party. And so anyway, he goes, yeah, so what's your stance on abortion? She goes, I don't want to talk about that. But he's like, well, why? What do you want to talk about? She's like, it's in the book. Read the book. And he's like, well, yeah, I know it's in the book. So if it's in the book, don't you think you could talk about it? I mean, she's like, I want to talk about the issues. There's so many issues to talk about, kind of being self-righteous. And he's like, well, that's my question. And she's like, you're being rude. He's like, what? I'm being rude. I just wanted to know. Because all she had to say was I'm for it or I'm against it. But she didn't want to say anything. She got upset. And then she's like tried to pretend like she was being asked to leave. And she just like walked off the set. And this is somebody who, and she's like, yeah, I'm not a politician. Don't ask me. I'm not running for anything. So why are you asking me about an issue when I'm not even running? And I only want to talk about. You should let me talk about what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how the Tea Party is about starting the second American Revolution. And yeah, it's weird because she was running for politician, but she doesn't want to talk about issues. That's really like freaky that somebody would be so hypocritical. And then she's like, yeah, but to ask somebody who's running, I'm not running for anything. So as soon as you run for something, you want to be a politician, but then you stop running for it. So then you don't have to give your ideas about stuff anymore. It's weird, man. Yeah. And she, if she wrote a book because she was famous, because she ran for Senate, obviously she's expecting to make a lot of money on the book. So it's just like a money thing. But yeah, anyways, people should be encouraged to express their ideas about everything, and make it something that cool people do and not something that like crazy people do. You just have to do it. And if people don't want to hire you or have anything to do with you because you have too many different opinions about stuff that are public, well, you can be a freedom fighter then. So maybe that's the motivation behind that dude who said that video. The Anonymous. I am anonymous and I wish to be anonymous. Stay anonymous. Okay, now for those people who like Facebook and all the sharing that people do and all that, but are freaked out about the government or Facebook collecting information and giving it to the government. Well, number one, the person said that the government does that, but they didn't say like how they heard it or where they heard it. They just said that that the government does that. So that's why they're gonna destroy Facebook. Well, how did they know it? Did they, like, their friend tell them? And how did their friend know? Does his friend tell him? You know? And so how do you know that the government does that? And if the government does do that, well, number one, collecting information about stuff is good because it's all about marketing. You know, to know what kind of emails to send you or ads to put up on your computer and stuff. Stuff that pertains to you that you're interested in, which helps everybody. It helps you too, as a consumer, to know, to help just share with you cool things you might want to have. And if they're trying to collect shit about you, like, so that they can use it against you, like, why? Why would they ever want to use anything against you? Our government, they're just normal people who are trying to help things out. The more information they have, the better off they're going to be to help us out and figure out what we want and stuff. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why you would be paranoid about getting your information out there, unless it's for identity theft. I guess hackers are getting better at hacking into passwords, but just make sure you have a password that passes the password test, you know? You just keep making it better until it says, okay, your password's good enough. You know? Make sure it has words that you've never said before. Like, I'd never have my password, like, doggy style, you know? Or ball sack scratch, you know? Or big tits or something like that, you know? I'd have my password a word that I've never said. Now, with some numbers that have nothing to do with me. Yeah, so there you go. There's really no need to freak out. I mean, yeah, it's true that people are going to try and go after you and not like you. Actually, somebody was talking to me the other day. Seamus was talking to me. He's like, you're like Howard Stern. And I know he's like, yeah, maybe some people don't like you because you just make them uncomfortable because you talk too much. Yeah, maybe. But, and I'll try to get a job and stuff. And if I don't get, and I mean, obviously I'll be like, yeah, I'm working on a website. You should check out my website. And then they'd see I have videos and they check out my videos. And if they're like, oh my God, you're weird. You're going to embarrass me if I'm associated with you. I don't like you. Then it's like, fine. But if everybody's like that and I can't even get a job at a McDonald's, that'd be fucked up. But I'm not going to like predict that's going to happen, you know? And if it does happen, obviously I'd make a video about it and make a good video. So yeah. That's I'm not going to get freaked out about that, but yeah, it's interesting. Now, I don't think that person has the capability of shutting down Facebook. It's just some kid who uploaded a video. You know nothing about them. They're just, who cares? November 5th's going to come around. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how people adjust to more and more people getting more and more of themselves out there. Because a lot of people are going to like be uncomfortable with it. But more and more, but I mean, the thing is that getting all of ourselves out there at the maximum levels is what's going to end up happening anyway. I mean, in 50 years, everybody's going to have a vlog. Everybody's going to be talking about, basically be like Howard Stern, exactly like Howard Stern. Everybody's going to be like that. All the women are going to have their boobs out on YouTube. Hell, I think people are going to be butt naked all over YouTube all the time. Everybody's going to know what everybody thinks about politics and everything. So it's like whoever does most of that right now is just encouraging other people and helping that path along. And those people who want to try to like fight against it or, you know, make people paranoid about doing it, or and if you want to see examples of people trying to make people like suppress people, then just read the comments on my videos. I got a comment that I answered just before I came out here today my "you should smoke crack, we should all smoke crack cocaine on a regular basis" video. And he's like, you're a drug addict, you shouldn't make these videos, you should delete this video and stuff, you know. So people do that all the time. A couple days ago, I got one on my where Buddhism went wrong, saying that I shouldn't be uploading videos, you know. So people go against it and they fight against it, but that's just a pattern in history. People always do that. It's just that for a little bit different reasons these days. Back before, people would fight against technological developments because it would put them out of work, you know, like the Luddites breaking the which machines did they break? Like the threshing machines and stuff, because they were put out of work, you know, farming and stuff. So they broke it. And now people are just kind of rebelling against this whole, like, you know, getting yourself out there. People freak out. But it's really nothing to be afraid of, man. We're all one family. We're all one person. The whole universe is one person called God. Everything. So don't worry about it. It's all good. So that's about it. Okay.